Today I'm watching and breaking down the cinematic language of Alice character demo, Sword and Waltz, from Zenless Zone Zero. If you enjoy our time together, check out my other cinematic breakdowns. I've covered a lot of ZZZ. Alright, let's begin. Lore Masters join me for this one.
Young miss, it's time for your training.
Yes, thanks. What's next on the schedule?
We'll head to the Hollow for routine data collection.
Awesome. Really good intro. We're 20 seconds in. So very nice character intro here. We can infer a lot about her, about the way she acts. So this is nice. We kind of set the scene here, showing that music's going to be a really big part of this. And then here we have a lot of these detail shots, a lot of these insert shots where she is details. She's very detail oriented. She's adjusting her outfit. And then what we see here is she sees in the mirror something. There's something really cool happening here with the shot selection, with the lensing. So watch as she gets closer right here. We actually get a little bit of distortion because it's a wide angle lens. So it's kind of like when you look really close to a mirror. So it's nice. It's as if you're seeing the reflection. And they use the wide angle lens to achieve that distortion, and it gives a really cool effect. But they're also teaching us about character. Something is imperfect to her and it's bothering her. And I wonder how that's going to play into the rest of the scene. So I think that's a fun thing to do. It's a really well done shot. It's a good lensing.
Young miss, it's time for your...
Also, she's scared very easily, apparently. She's really jumpy. So I'm curious how that's gonna go into it, and we're gonna have a fencing aspect here, which is awesome. I actually fence myself, so I'm excited for this.
Yes, thanks. What's next on the schedule?
We'll head to the Hollow for routine data collection.
That's so cool,
Please
retractable.
wait. Your position is too forward.
Pardon me, young miss. Let's begin. Forgive me, young miss.
Wow, really nice choreography here. We have Fur-Elise playing. Alice.
Then it's time we take this seriously, young miss.
Wow, there's a lot to cover there.
Position is too forward.
Again, she's saying position's too forward, like she's scared. Back up, which is funny. And then we get some amazing choreography here. Let's check it out. Let's look at the technique. They seem to be using sabers here, or at least he is.
Me, young miss. Let's begin. Forgive me, young miss. The Hollow we're heading to has a disturbing reputation.
Really nice. You know, it's really, it's very circular. It's very visually pleasing. There's some technique mixed into kind of rule of cool type stuff, as we say. So let's check it out. Let's analyze the techniques. They have a little fencing salute at the beginning, which we love. I love how the swords flex too. That's a really nice detail. And this is an insane detail right here. So in this character's saber, he actually has this little sort of electric attachment, which in fencing is what we use to plug in. And then there's a wire that runs through your body when you're in competition, and they can actually, you know, the machine goes off when you get hit. So it's a really interesting detail that they put right there. That's cool. So let's analyze the technique. Yeah, a lot of, she seems to really like the extraneous movement here. Turns her back to the enemy immediately. Bad move. But this is awesome. Really nice choreography here. Yeah, you can see the attention to detail. I like how they're mixing thrusting and cutting as well. And then I really like this shot. This is the one I wanted to showcase. There's this cool distortion that ZZZ does. Look at that. Look at how the shoe like stretches and kind of blurs. But actually distorts. It's not just blurring. It's really cool how they do that. It reminds me of Arc System Works and how they do a lot of their anime techniques. Really nice shot from above, and man, that's a clean cut. And in this sense, I mean the editing. Look at this edit. I'm going to cut directly here, and the sparks kind of merge the shot. But you'll notice, why they were super clever here, is even though, of course, the camera changes, so it could be, you could risk being disorienting, but what happens here is, look at this exact point on the screen. It's the same where the swords are clashing. I mean, that's really, really hard to do, and masterfully done right here. So it flows so smooth. Like, watch how smooth this cut is. Yeah, not at all jarring, and that's because it's really important to kind of let the audience eyes kind of gingerly lead them along and not to cut them off in a sharp way.
Are you certain you're
Otherwise, it can be
prepared?
jarring. I really like this though. Yeah, the technique is it's very big.
You're prepared? An opening.
It's a bit exaggerated as it should be to kind of showcase in this visual style the fencing techniques, but it's really good. And this sort of her personality is coming out here. She seems to be kind of scared here and backing up.
Then it's time we take this seriously, young miss.
That's horrifyingly ugly!
That's awesome. That was a really cool shot. So it seems to be, this is what's drawing us back to the beginning of her personality. Horrifyingly ugly, like she was looking at herself in the mirror. So she's really, really obsessed with aesthetics in this case, and she's using two swords here. So he kind of motivates her by
It seems
showcasing.
you've reached peak form, young miss.
This place doesn't look frightening at all, does it?
Whoa.
It's elegant, peaceful, and surprisingly symmetrical.
Oh, okay. So symmetry seems to be her obsession. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Looks like we've got some guests who forgot
Oh.
their manners.
Oh no.
Such beautiful composition! Ruined! How rude! You can't just grab a lady's
Oh, that's a fun remix.
No one ever told you to bow before a duel.
Really nice shot selection here. They're kind of letting the music lead the shots as we push the camera around with her sword technique. Really, really nice. Yeah, it's elegant, just like the fighting style, and her choreography is actually reflecting the character very, very well. Wow. Good sound design too. Did you hear that?
An exquisite display of flawless symmetry.
That's crazy. Did you see what just happened? So she knocked them all down in perfect symmetry and then kicked that guy over so he like mimicked it. I mean, even to where the arms are laying and stuff. Yeah, that's freakish. That's freakish. All right, we got to look at that sequence again. That was amazing before we see the last second.
Looks like we've
Right when
got
the music drops here, it was just excellently done. Really impressive. Check this out.
guests who forgot their manners.
So they come down. Again, the sort of fear, they're really doing a lot of sort of repetition to teach us her character in only 2 minutes. It's impressively done.
Such beautiful composition! Ruined! How rude! You can't just
Awesome.
hair like that!
I love how we get cutaway reaction shots too, like that little stance right there. And they're showcasing. Wow. Yeah, amazing. So this shot actually doesn't cut for quite a bit. It's a nice little one shot.
Bow before a duel.
Yeah, this one's awesome. Look how she kind of twirls around here. And then what happens is she actually throws the sword away. Pulls out another sword. I see what happened here. That's so cool. We haven't cut and we're kind of going through the shot. Oh, I see what happened. Yeah, she has to have them lay symmetry. Yeah, she's obsessed. Yeah, a lot of distortion, man. It reminds me of Arc System Works visuals. For example, right here. Isn't that so cool? I think I wonder if they're actually like changing the character models as they do it, because the distortion doesn't really match up with what a wide angle lens would achieve here. So I think they're actually going that next mile, so to speak. Yeah, like look at that. Isn't that cool? And here again, we're using that distortion that we talked about in the mirror in the beginning to get these cool close-ups. And she's able to throw the swords, and because they retract, it's a really cool aspect. And I love how we actually don't pull out to see the entire shot until she's knocked them down in the specific way, so it's a surprise. Yeah, excellently done.
What an exquisite display of... An exquisite display of...
He restarts what he was saying. An exquisite display of symmetry. Okay, now you got it.
flawless symmetry.
Not yet. Over there.
As you wish, we'll repair it at once. If I may, being easily startled does little for your dignified image. Perhaps
fun.
a few ghost stories might desensitize you?
Ghost stories?
Ghost stories. That was really cool. Yeah, I quite like it. That part really, really was great. And the music was nice. It was a nice remix. Her name being Alice, of course, relates to the song. But I would say, man, my favorite shot, it's hard to choose. You know, it might be this one. It might be that one right here. It was really dynamic. And right when the music hits, it's like really working well together. Right here. Yeah. And how they cross, the two cross across the frame right there. That was really nicely done. Yeah, some really great one-shots throughout. That was awesome. And then the kind of gag at the end that we set up. But what I like about it is it actually answers the question of her character. Like I said, for me right here, I was like, what is this moment? So now we can say symmetry. So what's wrong? What's not symmetrical? Is it something with her hair? Oh, that's so funny. It's got to be like this piece of hair sticking out, but it actually is there, reflecting. Oh, okay. It could be this piece of hair.
Young miss.
That's so funny. Yeah, there's like one hair. Maybe they did that purposely in the character model, so she would like tweak out that it's not symmetrical.
Your training.
But anyway, I think it's really fun because in the beginning you're like, what's that? There's something going on with her. And then at the end you finally see, oh, it's symmetry. And then this is the other part of the question right here. You actually see she doesn't like the fact that he has a weapon in that hand, like a sword, and the other one doesn't have it. So that's actually probably another reason she uses two swords. She's like, gotta have one on each hand. So it's funny. It kind of builds up on all that in a similar way to a lot of anime would have gag characters like that, which are very much like, reminds me of Black Clover. Has anyone ever seen Black Clover? There's a cast of probably like 20 or 30 people. I haven't seen it in years, but back when I watched it, it was like, there's this guy who, they all say like one line. Like every time they're in any scene, they say this line. It's like, I think it can either be clumsily done or it can be well done. In this case, it's not kind of overly done. They're using it to ask a question and then confirm it and give you the answer at the end to kind of reward you for watching. So I think this is a good example of that. And not being too repetitious to kind of drain the audience of it. But that's funny. She's like, that was there. And I like how this guy kind of uses her, something that could be a weakness, her obsession with symmetry, kind of obsessed with that imagery, where it drives her crazy. He's like, okay, let's use it to have her defeat enemies, which is a fun twist on it as this kind of sword master attendant that he is, who's watching over her. So I'm really curious, like, who is this guy? Dude, like, you know, is this just her caretaker? Is it her family member? Probably not, looking at the ears, but yeah, this was really fun. I like how they're kind of pausing too on the, there's a lot of like super fast twirling movements and then kind of like pausing in each position with the choreography, which along with the sound effects makes it track. It makes it readable as a fight scene, which is really good.
Then it's time.
Yeah, that was really fun. But yeah, I think my favorite shot is this. I'd love to hear yours as well. Let me know what your favorite was, and let me know what I should react to next from Zenless Zone Zero. I think there's a couple I can do, maybe from some other videos that came out, and I'll let you know what else is coming. Thank you so much, and make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed your time. Hop in Discord, check out my main channel, and I'll talk to you soon.